Welcome to episode 20 of This Makes Me Happy. You're listening to This Makes Me Happy, a podcast about people and what makes them happy. I'm your host, Bernardo Margulis. I'm a designer, art director, and educator, and I'm the principal of This Makes Me Happy, a design studio where I help my clients with branding and visual communications. Every week, I'll bring you a new installment of This Makes Me Happy, the podcast, where we'll chat with a new guest to explore what makes them happy. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Makes Me Happy. Today, I am very happy to have Maria Carras with me. Maria is a professional copywriter and virtual assistant with a background in PR for the film industry, currently living in Greece. Hi, Maria. How are you?
Hi, Bernardo. I'm very well. Thank you so much for having me. And hi, everyone.
And thank you for joining. Maria, else from my introduction, is there anything else you want the audience to know?
No, not really. Well, I'm from New York, which is why I have this kind of American accent that I can't seem to shift. But like you said, I now live in Greece, in nice sunny Greece. And I think that's all I have to share in terms of me and my background.
And in the pre-recorded conversation, you said that maybe in a few years you'll have a thick Greek accent. So maybe we'll do a follow-up.
Yeah, you can follow up with me. I'll come back with this really thick Greek accent, and then that'll be hilarious.
We'll re-record. We'll go
on it.
We'll go word by word, and then we'll do the comparison: thick accent, New York accent, Greek accent.
I can't wait. Let's do it. Let's schedule that in from now.
That's called goal setting.
Goal setting.
A year from today, you'll have a thick accent.
I've been living outside of the States since the age of 11. I'm going to say my age. I have no problem saying it. I'm now 32. So that's a long
my age.
time.
We're young.
We're young, and not just at heart. We're just actually young. So yeah, I've been away from the States for so long. My American accent isn't going anywhere.
Well, enough about that. But then let's get into the meat of the conversation. What makes you happy?
No, meat makes me happy.
No.
Meat does make me happy. I am a very happy carnivore. No, but no. So actually, dessert makes me happy, and I do want to talk about dessert.
What kind of dessert, or what about dessert?
See, so you asked me what makes me happy, and like literally the first thing that came to my mind was dessert. I don't know if it's because I'm hungry. But I love dessert, and I think about it a lot, and it makes me happy. So whenever there's the prospect of dessert in my day, of having dessert, I get really, really happy and giddy. And what dessert in specific, you ask? I'm a big fan of donuts and pancakes.
Ooh. So wait, pancakes are dessert?
Yeah, see, that's a funny one. Yes. And pancakes are a fantastic excuse to have dessert for breakfast. So, yes, pancakes make me happy. But you know what? I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I know I said dessert makes me happy. I have to say, I'm a parent, right? So I have two young boys. They're 2 and 3 years old. So I think I'm obligated to say that my kids make me happy. that should be top of my list. And they do. My kids do make me happy. And I'm not just saying it because I'm obligated to say it as a parent, but they make me happy and overwhelmed in equal measure. Spending time with my kids, watching them grow, watching them develop into lovely little human beings. When they're clothed and nourished and happy, I'm happy.
And how old are they?
They are 2 years old and 3 years old. So they have a very small age difference, which makes it kind of fun and exhausting and overall fun. But there are challenges to having them so close together. But they're at this age now where they're playing really nicely together, and there's a lot less fighting and a lot more kind of just playing quietly in the corner. It's a really good stage to be in now.
And it's also nice. My brother and I are just shy of 2 years apart, and there's something nice about that bond you have. Even if you're become very different adults or very different people, there's always that bond that you grew up together, you always play, and that's lifelong. Mm-hmm.
That is lifelong. You've got someone covering your back like forever. Like, I don't think there's any better gift in the world than to have a sibling that you get along with really well. I have the same relationship I think that you have with your brother with my sister. We have 18 months difference. So that sibling bond is just completely on me. Like, I don't think there's anyone, I don't know if you feel the same way, but there's no one that understands me better. And she's one of my favorite people in the world. We get along so well and we're just so supportive of each other. It's just a fantastic kind of thing to have in my life. So I should add, my sister makes me happy. Yeah. She'll be so happy to hear this.
And I should add, there's three of us, but my sister is 11 years younger. So we have the similar relationship as you're saying with your sister, that we understand each other pretty well. But because she's 11 years younger, it's more of a...
Is it like a protective?
Yeah, I don't want to say parent, because our parents are very supportive, so it's not like we lack anything from them. But it's different when you're 11 years apart than when you're 2 years apart.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's like you didn't grow up you didn't share the same experiences,
right.
I guess, kind of growing up. So, but yeah, that sibling bond is it's just there, and it's different to the one that you have with your brother, but it's there still.
Yeah.
Like it's like really wonderful. So I'm glad that that my boys are kind of going to experience that too. And like my hope is that they grow up to have kind of the same relationship that my sister and I have.
Do you have family in Greece nearby?
Yeah, my mom is nearby. I've got pretty much all of my family's here. My cousins, my aunt, and I have family in London, and my sister's in Boston, sadly. That unbreakable bond is still there despite the thousands of miles distance.
My brother lives in Israel, so I totally got it.
Israel. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Do you get to see him at all?
Yeah, once or twice a year. We're Jewish, so for Rosh Hashanah, the past couple of years, he's been coming here. But yeah, we see each other at least once a year, and sometimes twice a year. So it's good.
Oh, that's good.
Do you see your sister?
Yeah, it's the same thing with us. I guess I see her maybe twice a year. So she'll come maybe for Christmas and then in the summer. So twice a year. And she always comes here because it's really hard to travel across the Atlantic with two young boys. For all those parents listening, I'm sure you kind of get it. Getting into a confined space with two little boys and like a whole bunch of other people for hours on end, it's not pretty for anyone. So, yeah, but we'll probably be going. My sister's getting married in October.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. I will pass on the congratulations. So we'll be heading over to Boston. Well, she's getting married in Albany, so we'll be heading over to Albany with the boys to spend her wedding day with her.
Nice. I guess my point of the question was because they have families, so at least they have each other, but they also have.
I have my mom, which is fantastic. Huge support for me and my boys, because I work from home. So it's so fantastic to have someone that you know and trust to look after my boys while I'm working. And I love my work. I just love it. And as much as I kind of love spending time with my boys, I also need the time to kind of devote time to my work because I love it and I get so much fulfillment from it. It's so important that I have that time to myself to kind of build something and grow something. And a lot of the time I work with my boys at home. So they're kind of like playing alongside me while I work, and it can get so frustrating. It's like I can't go 5 minutes without someone asking me for peanut butter or a banana or just like drawing all over the walls. It's just like so frustrating. But then you kind of just have to take a step back and just get some perspective, because I'm getting to do what I love, and my boys are right there beside me watching me do it, and I get to spend time with them. Like, granted, I'm looking at my computer a lot of the time, but whenever I feel like it, I can just hop off the computer and spend some time with them. And I'm so grateful to have that kind of flexibility and the opportunity to do that. Like, I really wouldn't change it. As much as I complain about kind of having to work with my boys next to me and not being able to have like a train of thought for more than 5 minutes, I really actually love my setup, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, and in a way, there's also the notion that when children see their parents work, they'll learn good work habits. And I don't want to misquote, so I'll have to look it up and maybe put in the notes, but particularly when they see their mothers working, especially with traditional gender roles, that builds a certain character and certain strength. So in a way,
Exactly. A way, yeah, they're benefiting from, there's so much guilt around not just being a parent, but there's so much guilt around working and not devoting yourself to your children. I don't know if other parents feel this way, but I personally do have a lot of guilt around spending so much time working and not spending it with my children. But then, like you say, there's like the flip side that they're kind of like, I'm setting like an example for them that they can kind of aspire to. And I think it's important that they see that their mom is working and as a woman, because they're probably gonna grow up in a society where the norm is for like the man to go to work and the mom stays at home a lot of the time, maybe cooking and cleaning and not really having. I know I'm kind of like painting a really bad stereotype here, but I want them to know that like women, that it's good for them to see like women kind of working and achieving things and not just being like stay-at-home moms, which is fantastic. I admire women who do that, and they do a very important job. I hate cooking, I hate cleaning, so I couldn't do that.
Is that part of a Greek society? Is it still very traditional that way?
I kind of feel like it still is a universal thing. It's definitely shifting. I kind of worry that I really am not an expert in this, and I don't want to say anything that will incriminate me. I kind of feel like it is kind of perceived as the norm in a lot of societies for a woman to stay at home with the children, which is an absolutely commendable, respectable job that they're doing. I'm not knocking it at all. And in Greece especially, I think it is the norm. And I think it is the norm. And to be honest, I think a lot of women are happy with that. And good for them. If that's what makes them happy, and if that's what they want to achieve, that's absolutely fine. It's perfect. But I think it is the norm in our society for sure. And I'd like to see my boys I'd like them to be exposed to kind of a different norm. So while I feel guilty, I'm kind of happy with the situation.
Do you think that traveling and living in different places, you mentioned New York, England, you did a workshop in Paris when you were a teenager. Do you think that changes your perspective of, particularly in this point, women's place?
I've been lucky enough to be exposed to different kinds of cultures. Okay, it's not a huge variety. They're all kind of Western kind of cultures. And yeah, I've lived in New York. I was very young when I left, but I lived in London. I've lived in Athens. I've spent time in Paris, very little bit of time in Paris. But I also went to an international school. So all of the kids in my grade and my school were all from all different kinds of backgrounds. Yeah, just getting exposed to different cultures is so fantastic. It just helps you keep an open mind and just getting a broader perspective on life. And I also want my boys to kind of experience that. It's so easy to get sucked into the culture of the country that you're living in. And that is like, Greece has a very rigid kind of culture, I think. It's easy to get stuck in. And I'm so grateful to have been exposed to different cultures, because I love Greek culture, I would strive for a little bit more. I'm not trying to knock it in any way. I love it. It's fantastic. Every culture has their own idiosyncrasies and good points and bad points. But I can't identify with one culture in specific. Like, I don't identify as Greek or American or British. I just feel like I'm like a citizen of the world. So I don't really feel like I belong anywhere. And I'm fine with that.
So there's a notion of third culture kids where people who have traveled so much that they don't belong to one place.
Yeah.
They just belong to the world.
I always find like people who are in that similar kind of, they grew up in a similar kind of environment. Like I kind of connect with those kind of people the best than anybody else. Like you've lived in different places and stuff. And I feel so much like at ease with these kinds of people because they're not like solely coming from one specific culture. Like we have a shared kind of experience of the world. And I like meeting people like that with like international backgrounds. And I hope my boys get to experience that too. I don't even know what they're going to grow up identifying as. They've already got the British accents, so maybe they'll kind of slip into kind of British culture.
Because their father is British.
Their father is British, yeah, but we live in Greece, and they've got like kind of like an American-ish mom. God knows what they're going to come out like. I don't know.
Are they? I guess in Greece do they have preschool at this age, or?
They do. They actually go to an English one.
Hmm.
So they've got very little exposure to kind of the Greek language or the Greek culture. It's whatever my mom, who's fully Greek, kind of gives to them. And there's quite a bit of it. So I'm glad that they're getting the Greek side of things, because I wouldn't want them to kind of separate themselves from that at all, because they are Greek just as I am, and I'm proud of our culture. And I want them to be proud of it too. So if we ever end up moving, I'm going to kind of make a concerted effort to keep kind of the Greek side of them alive and keep Greek traditions going and just keep them in touch with their heritage.
And going back to your children specifically, what do you like doing with them? What fun activities or...
We live in Greece, so we live by the sea. So we love going to the sea. I personally love going to the seaside with them and just spending time by the sea, on the beach, throwing rocks in the water, feeding the pigeons. It's just spending time by the sea is just amazing in so many ways. It's so cathartic for the soul and for everything. It's just like therapy going to the sea. So I love doing that with them, and they love it too. And I'm so grateful that we live by the sea. It's wonderful. Just spending time outdoors, really. I mean, everyone's so much happier when we're outdoors. Not just because they have so much energy and they absolutely need to like expend it, otherwise they go crazy. But we're just generally happier outdoors, I think. And we never regret leaving the house. It's always a good idea to leave the house. We've made the most of our day. So definitely leaving the house and being outdoors with my kids makes me really happy. And then having dessert.
Maybe having a dessert picnic outdoors with your children.
Yes. Now you're onto something.
And now we're like at 3 different topics. We're like, which one do I talk about next?
Which one do I talk about next? Okay. Having ice cream by the beach with my boys. Okay.
Wow.
That is a perfect picture. And ideally, I would have done 3 hours of solid work beforehand. So that is like my ideal day. 3 hours of solid work and then going out to the beach with my boys, ice cream cones in hand. Nice. That's perfect. I'm done.
What flavor would it be?
Oh my God. I'm like such an obsessive when it comes to my ice cream. I have really high standards. There's a specific brand of ice cream here in Greece. It's called Kayak. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else, but it's called Kayak. Maybe
Like
you
the
can
boat?
probably. It's like the boat, yeah. I don't know why they're called Kayak like the boat, but that's what they're called. And they do my absolute favorite ice cream combination. So it's really rich, thick, creamy chocolate with little brownie bits and dark forest fruits inside and like a raspberry syrup. So you get like the chocolate cream, the creaminess matched with the tanginess of the berries. And I am just in heaven with this. That's just amazing.
I'm on what I think is the company website for them.
It might be kayak.gr. I'm not sure.
Yes, that's where I am.
Oh, good. Okay.
And they look delicious and wonderful.
They've got the most amazing, unique, like, flavors.
And it looks like they're Greek specific. They're located in Greece.
I wish they would expand internationally. Like, they do really, really good ice cream.
So are they like an ice cream parlor and you get scoops, or do you buy it for home, or how do
Yeah, you can have it in the shop or take it home. And we just take it to go. Or we'll sit down and have like proper sit down ice cream. But I like to take it to go and like walk around our neighborhood and walk down to the beach.
So forget the monuments, forget the history. If we need a reason to go to Greece, well, 2, want to meet you and your kids, and 2, to have kayak ice cream.
Yes. Who needs to see the Acropolis? It's just like one old building after another. Like if you've seen one old building, you've seen them all. Go get ice cream instead.
Are you nearby? You're in Athens?
I'm in Athens. I'm near
Tourist
the
spots.
major. Yeah.
Or
yeah,
historical spots, however you want to perceive them.
Yeah, historical / tourist spots. Yeah, I'm in Rifada, which is by the beach, and it's like a 45-minute drive into the center where all the historical sites are. But I would, if you're ever coming to Athens, I would honestly recommend coming to Glyfada, where I live, because you get the best of both worlds. So you're by the beach, but then there's like a direct line into the city with our tram network.
Oh, that sounds
So
wonderful.
you don't, if you're coming in the summer, you don't want to be in the city. It is too hot. Just come to the seaside suburb town and then make your way into the city whenever you need to. Honestly, that's the way to go.
I need kayak ice cream.
And eat kayak ice cream, of course.
Do you guys have like Haagen-Dazs or Ben& Jerry's or any of those brands over there?
We do. We do. We do. We had Haagen-Dazs. I'm also obsessed with Haagen-Dazs. And Ben and Jerry's less so, but we do have all of those.
Although I don't know if you've experienced, well, with kayak is different because it's local, but with other brands going to different countries, how the flavors differ. The same flavor is different country to
That's it?
country.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Uh,
know.
like certain things, like when I went to Israel, we had the Good Humor ice creams back at home. You know, I had Cornetto. I don't know if they have it. I know they have it in Europe, but it's like a cone, and it tasted so different back at home in Venezuela than it tasted in Israel.
It's so funny.
And I guess it's just the ingredients taste different. The water is different. You know, sometimes that happens
Yeah.
with beer or soda. Like soda tastes different in different countries.
Yes, that is true. Like Coke will taste different in London than it will taste here. Like that's really weird.
Well,
It's
sometimes
weird.
it's just the water.
Like where does it taste better? I don't know. We should go there.
Oh, we should. We should explore. I haven't had a soda in like 5 years, but I might need to go back to it just to experiment.
I know you're right. I haven't had a soda in 10 years. I don't drink soda. I don't, but I've been told that Coke tastes different. So I think I wasn't speaking from personal experience. I've been told that Coke tastes different. But yeah, I haven't had a soda in so long. I consciously don't drink soda. Is that the same with you?
Yeah, well, it's when I was losing weight and I regained it all. But when I lost weight, the first thing to go was soda. And
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's so bad for you. Like, I don't think you can consume it anything much worse than that.
well, it's like going back to the idea of dessert. If you're gonna have, I mean, it sounds like you have good stuff, and if you're gonna have
Yeah.
something sweet, if you're gonna have like, why have a soda, which is
Well, yeah.
whatever.
If you're gonna be bad, like, do it well, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of like I've been trying to stick to that. Like if I ever have a craving for ice cream or chocolate, I'm not just going to have anything like willy-nilly. It's going to have to be the good stuff. And that's kind of like if you live by that kind of rule, then you're kind of already living like a healthier lifestyle because it's not easy to get the good stuff. It's easy to get the bad stuff
Yeah.
because it's cheap and it's easy. So don't go for the bad stuff. Save yourself for the good stuff, and you'll enjoy it so much more. Because then you won't have the guilt attached to it either, because you know that you've been like refraining from having the bad stuff, so you can go all out on the good stuff.
And then you can have even more dessert.
And you can have exactly, because you're being good while you're being bad. I don't know how healthy it is to have this like relationship with food.
Well, I feel that, you're Greek and I'm from South America, but my family's Jewish, European. So I think any defined culture, we have a special relationship with food.
No, we do. We do because we have such distinctive cuisines. I think like there's such well-established cuisines. It's something like it's such a huge part of our heritage as a Venezuelan, as a Greek person, that we really kind of value our food, and we just kind of like there's almost like a certain level of respect when it comes to food and enjoying food. It's just such a huge part of our culture. My husband and I love watching cooking programs like Anthony Bourdain, and not just like cooking instructional videos, but like Anthony Bourdain, where he actually goes to different cultures and they explore the food and the history behind the food. We just love that kind of stuff. And that is one of our favorite things. Like, okay, I had my list of things that I'm happy about, and one of the things that I listed was planning trips abroad. So I love planning trips abroad, and one of my favorite things to plan is the restaurants that we're going to go eat at. So we love food that much that our whole kind of whenever we plan our holidays, it kind of revolves around where we're going to eat and what we're going to eat.
Do you plan where to go based on the restaurants, or do you plan the restaurants after you know where you're going?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we plan our restaurants after we know where we're going. And it's part of like, I love creating like itineraries. So I will plan where we're going to eat every night, wherever we go. Um, and it'll be like a vastly different type of restaurant every time. Like I really love those kind of like taster menu type restaurants, like the really gourmet, like the ones where they give you like food shaped as like rocks,
Mm.
and like there's like a 14-course meal of like tiny little things on plates that look like something else. Like I love that stuff. So I'll plan like a really fancy night out there, and then the next night we'll go somewhere where it's just like total fast food, like street food type stuff, just to kind of experience kind of more of the culture of that country. Um, and yeah. So I love food. I love eating food. I don't like cooking it, which is why I'm so grateful I've married a man who loves cooking.
So that's the question was going to have: do you eat out all the time, or does he
I
cook normally?
wish, oh my God, if I could outsource anything in my life, or if I had all the money in the world, this is how I would spend it. I would either hire a personal chef, which kind of already have one because my husband's that. So yeah, I'd either hire a personal chef or we'd eat out every night. That's what I would do if I had all the money in the world. So yeah. Maybe it's not the best kind of use of our money, but oh my God, that would make me so happy.
Does your mom cook? Because you said she's very traditional Greek. I would
She
imagine.
does. She does. Thank goodness she does, because my children would starve. Because my husband, okay, granted he cooks, but he comes home late from work a lot of the time. But my mom will be at home looking after the boys, and she'll kind of cook dinner for us all. And she does do traditional Greek meals, and they're so good.
Sounds so delicious.
And her job, she's like an event planner and like a caterer for events, and she does a lot of the desserts. So she'll make cakes and cookies and all of that good stuff. So as well as dinner, we get like maybe 3 cakes a day.
So we're going to full circle with cake and family and kids and
I know. Do you see like a recurring theme here?
oh, I love this.
I know.
So I had a little question before we end this rabbit hole, but I think it's related. This is a 2-for-1 question. What is
Okay.
the best place you've traveled to, and what is the best restaurant you've been to on your travels, or the
Oh
best
my
meal?
God. Oh, I haven't thought about that. The best meal. I know I have a better answer than what I'm going to tell you. I just know it. But one of my favorite holidays when we went to California on our honeymoon. And actually, yeah, we went to Yosemite. And one of my favorite, this is like one of those old gold rush towns just outside Yosemite. And I was like proper like gold rush, like with the saloon and the old hotel. And I had like the best buffalo wings ever in that saloon. I'm obsessed with those buffalo wings, and I've been trying to recreate them ever since. I'm a huge buffalo wings fanatic. So yeah. So California was definitely a fantastic travel destination. Really great food we had in San Francisco and just all over. But those buffalo wings have definitely stood out for me.
It's funny you were talking about like the 14 course meal, and I was expecting something huge and
See,
fancy.
we did that.
Those
We
wings.
did that too. See, I thought I was going to say that. We went to like this really fancy restaurant in San Francisco where we had like a taster, like really literally like a 14-course meal, and they brought out these dishes that looked like the ocean waves crashing on the shore and like mushrooms coming out in the forest. Like all of our dishes were like works of art. And while I was really impressed with their artistry in creating these dishes, I didn't like enjoy the food as much.
Hmm.
Like it was a very memorable experience, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best meals I've had. Like those buffalo wings have just like lodged in my memory. So that's why I'm surprised by my own answer. Yeah, buffalo wings over like really expensive, Michelin star restaurants.
Well, it's that idea. Sometimes the simplest things are the
Yeah,
best.
exactly. Like you really don't have to pay very much to have like a really memorable experience and good food.
Is that where you if you had the option to go back to one place, Is that where you would go back? Or would you go somewhere
Um,
else?
where would I go? Like, there's so many places that I want to go to. I'm not a big fan of like going back to places. Like, there's so much world to discover and explore that I don't really go back to places. Um, my husband's like that. He likes to read the same books over and over again. I don't know if you're like that. There's like a world of books to discover, and you're just going to read the same one over again. I don't know. I don't. Do you do that? I just find that really weird.
I think the only books I read more than once, I mean, I was from school books that I had to read, but was The Little Prince that I read like 10 times,
Mm.
and Harry Potter I read twice. Else from that,
All the books?
yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of time. Wow.
Well, the first ones I read over like the span of 6 or 7 years. The second time I read it over like 7 months. But no,
Wow.
I agree with you. I'm a creature of habit, so restaurants always have the same thing. But then I like going to a new place and discovering a new thing. Which is probably maybe I should learn from you and just travel different places and go to different restaurants and then not go back to that place so I can have different things.
Yeah. But then, like, if there's something that you genuinely like and that brings you joy, then why not? Like, do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
Like, just to go back to the title of this podcast.
Is
Yeah.
there any food particularly or any plays? I'm doing two for one since we're on both topics at the same time. Any place or any food that comforts you that feels where you
Okay.
belong?
Well, if there's one food that I could have every day, it's probably my mom's roast chicken and potatoes.
Mm.
'Cause that feels like home to me. Like every time we'd come back from college, from university when I studied in London, we'd come home and that would be our dinner, like every time. So it just conjures up so many lovely, wonderful, comforting feelings. So it's always going to be home cooked meals, I think, if you're going to ask me what my favorite type of food is.
It sounds like food plays such an important role in your life. Uh, why don't you like cooking?
I didn't realize that played such a big role in my life until like I started talking to you. I'm just like discovering all these things about myself.
Or is that just
Um,
a product of this conversation?
I don't. I think you're right. I think food does play a huge role in my life. It makes me really happy. It just does. And I don't like. Okay, I don't like cooking it because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and if I know that I'm not going to get it right, it frustrates me from the get-go. Even though I don't think I'm that bad a cook, like my husband can kind of verify this. I don't know. I'd rather do something else. I mean, and I'm really not good with kind of like coming up with something on the fly. Like, okay, I've got this in my cupboard, I've got this in my fridge. What can I do with this stuff? I'm not very creative. Like, I'm very happy looking at a recipe and just following the recipe to a T. But I'm not creative when it comes to putting stuff together.
Is it one of the things that you're creative at work and you put out all your creative energies out there that at the end of the day, it's like, all right, I already created enough?
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. Like, I'm spent. I can't be creative with my food as well. Like, let someone else deal with that. And I just admire my husband so much that he can spend 12 hours at work at a desk just with an hour commute and then come home totally excited and just full of energy to cook. Like, that to me boggles my mind that someone can do that.
What does he do for a living?
Um, so he works for they're called Raymetrics, and they create instruments that measures atmospheric composition. So he's got a PhD in geology, so he's a bit of a scientist. It's a very techie company. They actually recently won an entrepreneurial award last night in Greece. So shout out to my hubby and his company for winning that award. He's very much in his element though, because he's done really well. He really I think he enjoys his job. But it does take it out of him. Like sitting at a desk, I'm sure we can all agree, can just be really exhausting.
And that's one of the good thing about us being, running
Yeah,
our businesses. We don't have to sit at the desk all
exactly.
the time if we don't want to.
You have the flexibility to do something else whenever you so please. But yeah, when you're kind of like tied to your desk, even though you're not like physically moving around, it's exhausting mentally and physically. So much of his day is spent doing that. And then to have the energy to come home and be creative with food, I think it relaxes him. And I admire people who find cooking relaxing. Like, well done. I appreciate that. And if cooking for me makes you relaxed, go for it.
And then I'll enjoy the meal, and then I'll be happy.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
You'll be happy cooking. I'll be happy eating.
Exactly. It's perfect.
Is there anything that you make for your kids, or put
Um,
together for them, or?
I make I think they like my banana pancakes. Again, I'm mentioning dessert and pancakes again. It's actually a really healthy meal. It's like two ingredients. It's literally a banana and two eggs. And you just kind of put that in a blender and then cook it as you would a pancake. And it comes out fluffy and there's no sugar, there's no flour, so it's gluten-free. It's a really healthy meal. And you get the protein from the egg and the fruit from the banana. And it's a pancake. Like, it's great.
Oh, so good. And probably you have such great fruit over there with your climate.
We do. Oh, we do. We do. We do have the best fruit of any country I've been to.
Well, I'll be
For
partial. In Israel, they have amazing fruit, so you'll have to try them and we'll compare. But I'll let you have the best fruit claim.
Well, we have similar climates,
Yeah.
I would imagine, so it makes sense.
Yeah, well, they're also in the Mediterranean, so you have, there's a
Yeah.
lot of similarities. And
But I will have to go. I'd love to go to Israel.
well, if you ever
Yeah.
go, let me know. And there are a few places. Food, we always wing it, so I can't really remember where we ate. I can remember meals. There are a few spots that are awesome
There's
to visit.
quite a, is it true that is it quite like a vegan culture over there, like a vegetarian?
I never heard of that because
Oh,
they,
really?
I mean, they definitely have. It's very Middle Eastern, very influenced by Arabic food. So they have a lot of falafel, but they also have shawarma, which is meat based.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm
Yeah.
guessing there will be some overlaps with certain Greek foods,
For sure, yeah.
although you prepare
We-
them
we-
different.
That's right, yeah. We like to wrap our meat in bread.
Yeah,
I think that's like a common Mediterranean food thing.
yeah, because it
We
sounds like
like-
the gyro. Is that the proper?
That's right.
Like the gyro
Yeah.
sounds similar to the shawarma, and then you have falafel, and they have falafel, and the
Yeah.
desserts. The
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it there? Baklava.
Baklava. Yeah.
Baklava. That's my
Yeah,
favorite
that's
dessert.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's a good one.
but I
That's
don't know if I've
good.
had Greek baklava. I think I've only had. I don't know if there's a difference.
I don't know either. I don't know.
Like the Coke thing that tastes different in every country.
I bet we make it better. I think we make it better. I think I could safely say that.
I'll have to go and
Okay,
try it.
don't quote me on that. We'll have to try it.
Well, it's okay. You can have the best fruit. You can have the best baklava. We'll allow.
We have the best everything. Don't even ask.
You're probably more qualified to do that with your travels and your food explorations than me.
I
So,
haven't traveled. I haven't traveled that much. I'd like to do more traveling.
what would be your dream location?
I would really love to go somewhere like Bali. That's like my dream destination of choice right now because I know a couple of people who've been to who are currently in Bali, so that's on my radar at the moment. But it changes regularly.
How easy is it to travel from Greece to India?
Not easy at all. Not at all. Athens is not a very well connected city, I don't think. You would think it would be, but
Yeah.
it's not. Like to go to New York, I think most times you have to do like a stopover. And that might be because of the distance, like fair enough. In terms of like maybe the plane can't like physically just do that in one go. It needs to like stop over and refuel or something.
Well, there's a distance, there's a technical requirements, but then there's also the how many people travel there that makes a difference if it's economically
Exactly.
feasible, and then there's the politics
Exactly.
of it. Do we have a relationship with that country to go directly or not?
Oh, see, I didn't think of that.
Because we had, going back to the idea of Israel, we used to have a direct flight from Philadelphia to Israel, and now this year they canceled it, and there was like a outcry that there were political reasons for that.
Oh, okay.
So now we have to go through New York or through Paris or through Spain.
I don't know why we're even. Yeah. How did we end up talking about this?
Because you want to go to Bali and ask how easy it is to go to Bali.
Yeah. Wait, Bali. What did I say?
That's where you want to go?
Bali, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Did
Did
I?
you did you say Baluf? Is that
No,
another
I said
country?
Bali.
Oh, you did? Okay, fine. Sorry, something else. I don't know. Um,
I know. We'll have to see if there's a country Baluf. Oh, there is a Baluf in two places in Google
oh,
Maps.
oh wow. Okay, now we have to go to Baluf.
Yes. That should be your next destination.
Totally.
Malaysia. Not I was looking at the wrong place in that. Malaysia has Baluf in it. So Bali then Baluf, or the
Hey,
other way around.
who knows? Maybe one day I'll end up in Baluf because of this conversation.
Which Baluf? Because there's two.
I know I'll have to like close my eyes and pick.
Do you want Malaysian food or do you want German food?
Hmm. I kind of have a feeling Malaysian food might be more to my liking
Okay.
because I like Chinese food and Thai food and Indian food. So I imagine it'd be kind of like a good mix of like similar to those cuisines.
Hmm.
So yeah, we'll go to Baluf in Malaysia. It'll be like 3 stopovers, one little dinghy boat, a rickety bus. I don't know. Baluf might be a thriving city for all I know. I don't know.
I can't find Baluf, Malaysia for travel, so you might have to do several layovers.
I'll do my research.
But there is
And
to Walluf, Germany, which I guess is another spelling of Baluf, Germany.
That's confusing. Imagine you want to go to Walluf and you end up in Baluf and I don't know.
I guess it's a good thing now they're stricter with travel restrictions and passports
Yeah,
and who
they
can
make
go.
sure you don't end up in the wrong city.
Maybe that's why they do it.
Yeah, it's happened too often in the past.
And again, it's that thing where how did we get into this conversation? Oh yes, Bali.
Bali.
And here's the thing: at the beginning of the conversation, you said, "Oh, it's going to be so boring," and look at where we are, just laughing
I know.
and
This is too
smiling.
much fun. It is. It's too much fun.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Is there such a
This
thing
is
as too
not
much fun?
never. I can't imagine one instance where having too much fun is a bad thing.
You can,
Unless you're like, you get totally wasted and then it's dangerous. But then you don't have to be wasted to have fun.
no, we're not wasted right now.
No.
Oh, wait, I don't
I mean,
know.
like,
I'm not.
I'm not. As I like swig from my big bottle of wine.
Yeah, the audience can't see this, but
You
Maria
can see.
has like a 3-liter box of wine, and she's going on for the second. No, she's not.
God knows what I would be saying, honestly.
Well, you said the
No,
kids are in daycare, so.
they're home now. So I
Oh,
was
so
gonna
now you have to
ask.
put away the bottles.
Just come. I'm putting the bottles away. Mommy's good. Mommy's good to go.
Full disclaimer: there are no bottles or no boxes of wine. We're just kidding.
Yeah, no, we are absolutely. I was gonna see. I hope you can't hear the kids like in the background.
No, we can't,
You might.
but not
Okay,
yet.
you might. Not yet. Okay, and then you'll. Yeah. Good, good, good. Because then I'll have to get my bottle of wine out again.
I think people are confused by now whether we actually have bottles of wine or not.
I think next time we talk with my Greek accent
Yes.
from Baluf, I should definitely have a bottle of wine. We should both be drinking bottles of wine next time we talk with my thick Greek accent from Baluf.
Well, we get German wine for German Balov, and then I don't know, I'm not familiar with Malaysian cuisine, but we can figure out a Malaysian dessert and we can have it
Yeah,
as we
drink.
record.
Yeah,
I love this.
done,
And
done.
I'll try to bring on my thick Hispanic accent and we'll
That people would pay to see that. I think that sounds like gold.
love it. I love this.
Mhm.
We can go on for hours,
I
but
know.
I think the audience would probably have too much fun with that.
Oh yeah, but you can't have too much fun, Bernardo. We've already established that. Screw the kids; they can feed themselves.
Teach them how to make banana pancakes, and they're good. So I'm very sad to say that it was. I'm happy to say that it's great hearing all the good things that make you happy. I'm sad to say that we're wrapping it up for this portion.
Okay.
But don't leave yet because we have the second portion.
I'm all up for that.
All right, Maria. Now I want to play the rapid fire section with you. I have some quick questions about different things that make you happy, and I just want your gut reaction. Are you ready?
Got it. Ready to go.
Who makes you happy?
My husband?
What is the first happy moment you can remember?
Barbecuing in our backyard in New York as kids and the sprinklers going nuts.
So wait, were you in the suburbs or in New York City?
Oh, we were in the suburbs. We were in Long Island.
Ooh. So you had the full backyard experience.
We did. We had a treehouse and swings and sprinklers, the whole enchilada.
Nice. What is the happiest word you can think of?
Sunshine.
Who is the happiest person you can think of?
My mom.
Finish the sentence. Happiness means?
Being free.
And when are you the happiest?
In the morning. Ooh. I'm literally just like responding with my gut answers. Yeah, I'm a morning person, so I'm happy in the mornings.
And this is the morning. Well, we started. It's an hour later, but we started at 7:30 my time.
Oh, that's early.
And it was, but I'm always up early. I would have been in the gym either way, anyway. So,
That's
or
so good.
or working, or I have a 10 a.m. meeting, so I probably would have been up already, running and doing 20 things. So,
Oh.
why are you commiserating? You love mornings.
I love mornings. And like, I love mornings because I don't know why I shouldn't love mornings because like the mornings are the most hectic time of the day with my kids and stuff and getting them ready for school. But I do. I kind of wake up happy, and as cheesy as that sounds, and I just like kind of to know I have like a full day of doing stuff. And I like to wake up really early. I do like to wake up early. I'm very much a morning person. I'm my most productive in the morning.
I'm not a morning person, or rather, I don't like being a morning person, but I kind of am. I just think it's funny that you were like, "Oh, that's early," and you love mornings.
I know that's early because basically I was saying, "Ooh, that's early" because you go to the gym first thing. Is that right?
Not today.
Not today.
No, I woke up to get ready for this conversation. But usually I would go to the gym at 6:30 or 7 at the latest.
That is amazing. That is my life goal. You get up at 6 and go to the gym straight away before anything else gets in the way.
What time do you usually wake up now?
Well, 6:30 with my kids like kind of just jumping into bed with us.
So you have to wake up at 5:30, go to the gym, then get ready for
yeah.
them and sleep a little.
Who does that? Who gets up at 5:30? I wish I could. Oh my God, I wish.
Well, I did when I commuted to New York from Philadelphia. I would get up at 4:30 in the morning.
And what time would you go to bed?
11, because I wouldn't get home until 9:30, 10.
Oh my God.
So I would sleep maybe 5 hours. Yeah.
That's crazy. And you'd function like a normal human being the next day?
Yeah. I mean, that was just after grad school.
Okay.
So I was used to being sleep deprived and working long hours, and that was the norm. Yeah.
But like 4:30 is like literally the dead of night. Like that's before the sun rises any season.
I was renting an apartment to be there 5 hours every day. And then be in New York and then come back. But now I'm in Philly and it's one single place.
Good.
I'm so happy that we did this was a rapid fire section and then we went off for like 5 minutes.
I know. Is it still rapid fire?
Well, not anymore because we took forever to answer that one. But I'll use this as a segue to finish up because I'm sure our listeners no, they want to hear us. They want to keep hearing us. We're not going to wrap it up ever.
Do they? Do you?
No, let's wrap up the conversation so that people want to come back next week for more, even though that's not going to be Maria, but we'll have that in a year. Maria, I'm having so much fun with you. Thank you.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Me too.
Thank you so much for sharing what makes you happy. Is there anywhere where the audience can find you? Anything you want to share?
Well, I've got my website, which is mariacarras.com. That's MariaCarras.com. And that's where, well, I'm a virtual assistant and a copywriter. So that's where I've got all of my info and my services, all the stuff that I do for my job, which I love. And then I'm on Instagram a lot, which is where you found me, Bernardo.
Yes. Well, you found me first. We found each
Oh,
other.
that's true. We found each other on Instagram. How funny.
Yeah.
I love it there. I love it. And I love what you share. And I love sharing and connecting with people on there. So I'm on there as Carras Creative. And I also run another account called the Donut Feed because I love donuts, in case you haven't already kind of noticed that I love my dessert.
Wait. This is why don't you need to advertise this more?
Do I? Do I? I don't know. I just love it. I'm just doing it because I love it. And I love sharing pictures of donuts.
I'm just saying because I don't know. I didn't know this until now.
Oh, really?
So
Well,
now
there
I
you
have
go.
to go on it.
You have to go on it and share your donuts with us. So
Yes. Well, I had
That's
donuts last weekend, so I should have taken a picture of them.
oh, right. Yes. Next time.
Yes. I'll keep it in mind. And for the audience, Maria and I connected through Instagram because we have some shared people, being boss.
Yeah.
It's half the way we connected, and we connected on Instagram. And Maria commented a couple of my pictures, and I interact with her, and just go on her Instagram because it's all amazing stuff.
Thank you so much.
And on her website. Her website is beautiful. I'm on it right now. So.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you so much, Bernardo. It has been so much fun, like a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Not for that to sound awful, but it's been really, really fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Maria, for sharing what makes you happy, and thank you for such a wonderful conversation. A very special thank you to Jason Zapolo for editing this episode, to Orly Margulis for your help with social media, and to Rocio Castañeda for your ongoing support. Please make sure to visit this episode's notes at thehappypodcast.com/episode 20. And if you want to get more information about the project, just go to the website, thehappypodcast.com. In addition to getting other episodes, you can also find a contact form and other information there. Make sure to visit us on social media. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Happy Podcast. And very important, if you enjoy this episode or the project in general and you think more people should be able to access it, please make sure to go iTunes and subscribe, and please leave a review. That's the best way for other people to learn about this project. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you come back next week.